Good morning. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is Angela, and it is Terrific Tuesday. and I'm looking forward to today. Always looking forward to today. Finish my morning routine, riding on into work, ready for the day. And I hope you all are too. I'm not sure what the title of this video is, but what was heavily on my mind during meditation this morning was spiritual protection. And have you asked yourself, are you spiritually protected? And if so, how do you know? And I'm chewing gum, so forgive me. I'm still sugar fasting. I'm gonna go 21 days. And I have the die-off symptoms, and I think we need to realize that when we detox from things, sometimes initially when you fasting, you're going to have side effect symptoms like tiredness or some odors to come from your body, some sluggishness, and it's not going to, you may have even some breakouts. So detoxing is not all that beautiful all the time. You're going to have some symptoms. So I'm having these symptoms, die-off symptoms, probably from yeast or bacteria that's coming from my body, it's detoxing from my body. So I'm chewing the gum with mint to help, settle that aroma in my mouth. It's the best I could describe it. And so if you're detoxing, it's not going to be all beautiful at first, There's going to be some die-off from the yeast, from the bacteria, and you may have some breakouts. I don't have any breakouts yet, but I definitely can feel the side effects within my gut. So anyway, I digress a little bit, but I wanted to talk about how you know you are spiritually protected. And a lot of us are not connected with that spiritual aspect of ourselves, and I talk about it pretty frequently. I always have, especially even when I was younger, I talked about it, and I believe I made more sense even when I was younger. And I was so into it, some adults used to talk to me as if I was an adult, but I went to school, several different schools, and I got out of touch with that. So I'm trying to catch up again. Even though it's not gone, it's still there. It's the process of remembering it and bringing it forth. That's with all of us. I'm no one special. But I give some examples of spiritual protection. One being yesterday, I was riding into work, and I noticed this blackbird purposefully looking at me from a building as I was driving in, and stopped at a stoplight. And I was like, oh, that's a intelligent bird, so very observant, So I go along, went to the second or the next stoplight, and I was like, okay, is this the same bird? I say, okay, if this bird is with me, I notice him again in the next few minutes, this is not a bird. So, or a blackbird. Anyway, so I drive, and I look up to my right, and there's that bird again. I was like, okay, this is some guidance, some protection here, because this bird is not just it's not a bird, And some people, say that birds are their spirit animals, and of course birds aren't just birds, some of them, and you can tell, at least I can. But a lot of us think that birds are extinct or they're not around a lot, but I see birds, in random places, and ways in which a lot of people say they don't see birds anymore. Of course, I don't see flocks of birds in the sky anymore like I used to, but you know, they're still here. And this morning, as I was washing my face, every time I turn on the water to wash my face or wet my face, and the birds start hoo-hooing. Not bird, owl. And I did a video on my relationship with owls and them being my spirit animals. So I turn off the water, and when I turn off the water, the hoo-hooing stopped. I said, okay, I'm just gonna walk away, come back and do something else, come back, turn on the water. There goes the bird again, the owl again. Hoo-hoo. I was like, okay, what's going on? You know, obviously the owl seen something and knew something that I didn't. When I closed my eyes, something was going on. Always. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wash my face, and the owl was just going off. I said, okay, all right. So that's some protection there for some reason that I can't see. Believing in things that you don't necessarily see with your own eyes don't mean that it does not exist. So that's what spirit is, and protection is definitely warranted, you know. And how many of us know that we are protected or believe that we are protected somehow? And some of us don't believe in source, God, spirit, ancestors, you know. But as I said, energy is real. And when you have the experience of being connected with spirit, I'm looking at the clouds, very interesting clouds. I believe it's a very profound moment. Also, one of the most profound moments with connecting with spiritual protection is during the eclipse, I believe 2007, August 2017. And I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was very heavily into studying ancient Egypt, and I was very heavily meditating because I didn't know what to expect, and the energy was so strong and profound. I didn't know what to make of it, so I was fasting a lot, and I was fasting. I didn't even know I was fasting. I just wasn't eating good, and I was meditating a lot. My kids thought I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and and we had our crystals, and we had our meditation, and we had our sage, and it was just a very deep moment at that time. And that morning of the eclipse, I meditated. I had my mala on, and the whole day seemed so meditative to me. I was in a meditative state. And the message that I got from the meditation time was that the ancestors are here. I said, the ancestors are here. And I know the phrase that, you know, we are the ancestors. But there was something else that was, that I could feel was going on. So I went into work, and about 10 o'clock, something told me to go for a walk. I believe it was about 10 o'clock. So I went for my walk, and then something said, go to this thrift store. Not something told me, but this urge, this yearning to go. So that's what I did. And I got there. I was like, I don't have any money. Why am I here? You know? So I had an urge to go to the back of the store. And I see to my left, I saw something turquoise. I say, what? I said, don't tell me that's what I think it is, you know? And I went closer, and it was a dung beetle. And I was like, oh, Kefara, you know? And I said, don't tell me there's inscription, because this might not be what it is. It's just a bug, you know? So I turned it upside down, and sure enough, it was ancient Egyptian, you know, writing on the back of it. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, but I don't have any money. So I turn it upside down, and on the leg it says 25 cents. I was like, oh, okay. And I go up there, and I told the lady, can she hold it for me? And she's like, I don't really need to hold it. You can just take it, basically. I was like, what? I was just so excited. I was like, I can't believe this. The ancestors are here. My ancestors are here. Capricorn, one of the sun gods, I guess, or relationship with the sun god. I just really can't believe this. And during the eclipse, they sent me that message. I was just dumbfounded. I just couldn't believe it. Capricorn means resurrection, right? So I told my coworkers and everybody looking at me like, okay, you're holding a dung beetle, okay, a bug with some writing on the back of it, okay. And so I was so excited. I took pictures of it and put it on my Facebook page right away. And all I could hear was crickets, really. Well, anyway, in other words, nothing happened. Nobody was excited as I was. But this was just so profound and meant so much to me. And a definite acknowledgement and confirmation of spiritual protection that I wanted to share. Those are just some examples of, spiritual acknowledgement and spiritual protection that I want us to start paying attention to the birds and nature. And it's so funny, how nature speaks to us if we're listening, and how much we resemble nature. Because, flowers, trees, they lose their leaves and they unblossom or die, during certain seasons. But then they resurrect during other types of seasons. And even though our lifespan is different than some plants and animals, how differently, dogs' lifespans are to humans. And, there are lookers among us, or those that are looking in on us that we don't see, that have longer lifespans of us as well. And they're looking at us as we're looking at nature. All of everything is relevant, So I just wanted to come forth and just share that, just as a reminder of spiritual protection and my awareness of it. So hopefully this was helpful for someone, and I know it will be for myself. I'll look back on it as a reminder, and I'll share more in detail about Kefara at a later time. But if you're not familiar with it, it's a very profound story about resurrection, and resurrection was just heavily on my mind because it's coming up to Easter, and that too is a whole different story as well. But resurrection, everything is coming back as to where it should be. It's springing forth, it's coming forth, it's in bloom, full bloom, and life is still here. And if you don't know, now you know. Just look around and you'll see, and you'll observe when you're paying attention and trusting, spirit. Spirit is real, and so are you. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city, and I hope you all have a marvelous Tuesday. Take care.